In this episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to boost your page likes by running a couple of campaigns, advertising campaigns from your Facebook page. Now, I've been advertising with Facebook ads for over 10 years, specifically promoting concerts and other events, and that's what led me to actually getting involved with promoting music online. So one thing I would like to say is that I usually advocate for advertising from Facebook Ads Manager. You have multiple places you could advertise when you're running ads on Facebook and Instagram. One of them is from your Facebook page. You could boost your posts on your page. You could actually advertise your page itself, which I'm going to be showing you how to do in this video. Or you could set up ads from Facebook Ads Manager. Now, when you set up campaigns from Facebook Ads Manager, you have more targeting options and just more capability, and you get better data and things like this. But for this episode, I'm gonna show you how to advertise from your Facebook page itself. However, this is still gonna be beneficial for you guys that are new to running ads on Facebook, because when you boost a page post or when you advertise from your Facebook page, it's very similar to when you're advertising from Ads Manager, and I feel like it's a good start to get ready for Ads Manager. All right, so right now I'm in my Facebook page that I created in the previous episode, Jay's Jam Band. For you guys that don't know, I'm not in a band. This is just for an example. And so there's two strategies I like to use when I'm trying to boost my page likes. Okay, I'm going to show you both of them. One I feel is better than the other. But for the first one, you know, if you're on your page, obviously you could see this blue promote button. And if you look at all your posts, you could also see a blue boost post button also. Okay, so you could use either one, but for this example, we're just going to do it from our page rather than on the post, because the goal here is to boost the page likes. Okay, so I'm going to press promote here. Now you got two options right here. You can get started with automated ads. I don't suggest doing that. I like to customize my ads because I want to customize my targeting so the right people see my campaigns. Okay, so I'm going to press that. It's going to take its time to load. Now, first thing we're going to see here to the top left is goal. Facebook has got automatic, and I believe this is geared towards link clicks. For this, we're not trying to send any traffic anywhere. We're actually just trying to get people to like the page, to check out the page. Okay, so I'm going to change that, and I am going to put get more page likes. Okay, and as you can see here, it's going to take time to load, but it's going to actually show us what the ad is going to look like when people see it. So right now it's pretty plain. It says Jay's Jam Band, and then there's a description that's on our page so people can see that. Okay, and let's see, it'll let us see all previews, so you could see what it looks like on desktop, and then you could also see what it looks like on mobile and things like this. Now it's taking kind of some time to load, so bear with me here. This is what it's going to look like on the different platforms. You got desktop feed, you got mobile feed, you got instant articles, suggested videos. Okay, now we're not going to advertise in all these places because a lot of these places aren't going to give us the results that we really want. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of that. Don't worry about anything I just said yet, okay? First thing we did was we changed the goal to get more page likes. Next, you're going to want to write a description here, okay? I'm not going to write any description. My best advice is to give people some details about your band and give a little story into, you know, the type of music you make, how you guys got started, something that kind of hooks somebody in. Scrolling down after you fill out the description, you're going to see here that there's the estimated daily results. Okay, we haven't plugged in our targeting yet, so things are pretty broad right now, okay? And I believe this is off of a $5 budget for 7 days. Now, when you're running a campaign like this, you guys, I don't suggest spending more than $5. This is something that's going to give you some page likes. There's benefit in that because the people that like your page, you could advertise to them specifically and then send them to your streaming platforms, which is cool. Or advertise them and send them to your merch page or things like this, or if you're selling tickets to a show or something like that. That's what's beneficial about it. But besides that, I don't feel like the budget you guys have for your music should be solely, or, you know, mainly focus on getting more page likes. There is a benefit to page likes, but I wouldn't be spending more than $5 a day. I'd spend $2 to $5 at most a day. Okay, you guys, now scrolling down, this is the most important part when it comes to setting up an ad on your page or setting up an ad on Ads Manager. This is picking the audience. So who do you want to see the ad? Okay, this is very important. So we're going to spend some time here. And setting this up is very similar to when we set the ads up into Ads Manager, except Ads Manager gives you more options. Okay, and that's why I feel like it's better to advertise from. So I'm going to press this edit button here because we're not just going to leave it as it is. Let's just look at this. Okay, first we're going to start at the top. Do we want to show this ad to everybody, men and women, or do we want to focus on men or just focus on women? I like to leave this open. If you're in a genre that you're like, hey, it's majority men, you know, like let's say it's death metal or something like that, or I don't know, then maybe you might want to put just men. But even that, like, who's to say that women don't like it? Okay, and when you're picking the targeting, like I'm going to show you, the people that are going to see the ads are fans of the certain interest targeting you pick. So they won't see the ad unless they're fans or they've liked in some kind of way the targeting options that we choose. So you guys, I would just keep it open to advertising to all. Then as you run your ads and you see the data, it might show you that, hey, no, you know, you're only getting people that are men that are liking this ad and very little women. Then you might want to just stick to men, okay? So now is the age. What's the age of your target market? All right, a lot of genres fall into the 25 to 35 age range, but even if it is that, okay, I suggest going a little bit younger. So let's say it is 25 to 35. I would go 21 to 40. Okay, but this is all dependent. Let's say you're in a rock band. You're like, no, my target market's way older than that. You know, we play old school rock. Or let's say you're in blues or something like that. Then you would want to put your age frame older. And leave it a little bit open, you know, a little bit younger, a little bit older, okay? Because you truly never know until you do advertise and really see who's responding to your ads from the data. Okay, now this is so we picked our age. We picked that we want this to be open. We want all genders to see it. Okay, now I'm going to erase these. This is from when I was trying to set up a campaign previously. Where do we want to show the ad? Do we want to advertise globally or do we want to advertise just in our country? Okay, so it's all dependent on your goals. Like, let's say you're like, look, I just want to build a buzz in my local area and you're in Austin. Okay, you could plug in Austin, Texas and focus on that. All right, now when you are, you know, you could even increase and say, I want to do Austin and, you know, 50 miles surrounding Austin. Okay, and I think the max is 50. All right, you could do that. But that's going to limit your estimated audience reach or audience size, okay? I won't say reach. So if you look here at the bottom, estimated audience size, this is how many people that are possible that you could reach. Now, under this says detailed targeting. This is literally the most important part of all of this, okay? So I put some targeting options earlier and it saved it for me. So I'm going to unclick all of these. Okay, now, as you could see, Austin and 50 miles surrounding it, the estimated audience size, which means people that are in this area that are using Facebook, is around 769,000 to 905,000 people. Okay, now we don't want to show this ad just to everybody in that area. You want to make sure that the people that see it at least like your genre or similar artists. This is what's really important here. So when it comes to picking your targeting options, you want to choose artists that have similar sounds or artists that you feel have fan bases that would like your music if they got exposed to it, okay? Or you just want to go general with genre. Okay, so for what we could do, you know, Jay's Jam Band, this is my fictitious band. Let's say we're a blues band, okay? I'm going to put blues. Now, look at these interests that we have here. We got Chicago blues, electric blues, Texas blues. Well, since we're advertising in Austin, I'm going to put Texas blues, okay? Now look at this, you guys. This audience size just went down dramatically, down to 3,000, I mean, barely 5,000. That's way too small when it comes to audience size. So we're going to need to plug in some more names. Matter of fact, now that I see that, I go, hey, maybe I want to advertise elsewhere than Austin, you know? And just so you guys know, when I'm advertising music, I'm not just advertising in cities. I usually don't do that. I usually advertise in countries. But for this instance, I'm going to target cities. Okay, so I targeted Austin. Let's say I'm a blues band. I'm from Austin. Okay, and I see, hey, this audience size is really small. Now, I could do a few things here. One thing I could do is I could keep adding interests. But Austin's not the only place that likes blues music. What about Nashville, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to plug in Nashville, and my audience got bigger. All right, I'm going to take Texas blues out of here. We're going to start this over. I'm going to plug in some cities first. So we got Austin. We got Nashville. We could definitely do Chicago, and don't worry, you guys, you will find it. Sometimes you need to put Chicago and then the state, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, now let's put Memphis too. I am a fan of blues. But you guys, whatever you choose, whatever country or city you choose, your targeting option, your interested targeting option means that the people that see this ad are going to see it because they were fans of that interest that you put here in the targeting. So it's not like everybody in these cities are going to see your ad. Now, you guys, as you could see, I put all of these cities here, and this is the estimated audience size. These are how many people are in these cities that are using Facebook. Around 3.6 million people. All right, now this is going to be dramatically shortened once I start putting detailed targeting. Now, like I said, I'm going to put blues, you guys. Okay, I put blues. I'm going to put blues rock. Look how small this audience got from that. There's about 200,000, 250,000 people in all of these cities that likes blues. Now, that audience size is fair. Okay, you're not, with a $5 budget, you're not going to reach all those people. But let's put some more targeting options to kind of increase on this. When it comes to running these campaigns, I do like an audience size of 1 million, especially when I'm doing traffic campaigns or conversion campaigns where my goal is to send traffic to a streaming platform or more like a smart link or, a website where people can actually buy the artist's music that I'm promoting. But I'm going to put, so we got blues rock here. Now, like I said, stick to picking genres or picking artists that have similar sounds or artists that are in the similar genre that have fan bases you feel like would like your music. So in blues, one artist that's well known is Howlin' Wolf. Old school Howlin' Wolf. Now, when I pick that, the audience size increases a little bit, okay? And you guys, I could go on all day here, but you get the deal. I suggest before you set up your campaigns, you create a list of artists that you would like to target. Now, here's the thing though. Facebook is picky. Not all artists are you going to find on here. So you kind of got to plug in the names to see which ones come up. Some will come up, some won't. Usually the bigger names do, but that doesn't mean that the smaller names that are, more independent but still well known won't come up. This is the audience that's going to see the ad. They're going to be both men and women. They're going to be in between this age frame of 21 to 40. I made a mistake here, you guys. Since this is blues, that's obviously not the right target market, right? Blues is going to be way older. Let's put it to 50. I think people that are 60 years old, they're not really going to respond to ads so much. Oh, look at this, you guys. And then I'm going to put the age frame to 30. Let's see what happens when I put it to 30. Oh, wow. There's actually a lot of younger people. I'm going to keep it at 25. And I'm looking at this estimated audience size that's down here, you guys. And as you can see, when I increased the age, the audience size got bigger. And that's because more people that are, blues is kind of an older genre, although I love it. All right, now you guys. So we got the target market set, okay? Everybody that's going to see this ad, they're going to be both men and women. They're going to be in between the age of 25 to 50. That's pretty broad, but still for this, for this case, when it comes to blues, we're going to keep it broad. And I'm targeting, instead of targeting countries, which is what I usually do, I'm actually targeting cities that I know blues is most popular in. It's kind of one of those genres that doesn't hit everywhere, and these are definitely the cities that it does. And I'm actually going to add Mississippi to this thing because, there is a bunch of good blues artists from Mississippi. Okay. Yeah, put Mississippi in there. Oh, wow, and that boosted the audience size over 100,000. Okay, that's good. So we'll leave it at that. Now, when you're done here, you're going to press Save Audience. And that right there is the most important part of setting up this campaign. Okay, now we're going to scroll down. Choose when this ad will end. You could either do that or you could run this ad continuously. For this, I'm going to put run ad continuously. I'm not going to promote this. I'm not going to actually set up this campaign because I'm not in a band. But if you want to not check, and if you think you're going to forget and then next thing you know you have this ad running continuously, I suggest choosing an end date for it. Now is where you could set the budget. If I wanted, I could go all the way up to $500 a day. I'm not going to do that. Like, budget exceeds account spend limit. Good. Thank you, Facebook. I'm going to keep it at 5. Like I said, for this type of campaign, you guys, I even like to do under 5, but for this case, we'll do 5. Now, you guys, when it comes to choosing placements, I do realize now that when you're advertising from your page, you're kind of limited, especially if you're trying to boost page likes. You're not going to advertise on Instagram or Messenger. But when you advertise from your ads manager, you can actually choose the placements like the news feed or, places like that. But obviously, people aren't going to be able to like your page from the stories. So there's not much capability here. So we're just going to leave that as it is. This is a Facebook pixel. I'm not going to go into that yet. We'll get into that in a later tutorial. So I'm going to turn this off because we don't need that for this. And then lastly, guys, you're going to plug in your payment details, and then you're going to press Promote Now. Okay, and as your ad runs, you're going to see how many likes you're getting on your page. And when the campaign's done, all said and done, you spent $35 in 7 days. And hopefully you did increase your page likes. All right, you guys, so that's how you set up a campaign to promote your page from your page. Now, what I'm going to be doing is another type of campaign that I suggest using rather than doing the page like campaign, although I suggest testing both because you really don't know what's going to give you the results, the better results, until you actually test. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing next is actually creating a different type of post. It's going to be an engagement post. And when somebody engages with your post that you're promoting, okay, that you're advertising, you have the option to be able to invite them to like your page. What's better about this than the previous type of campaign, the page like campaign, is that these people actually saw your music and heard it and they liked the content they saw. So rather than seeing like an ad that says the band name like the one I showed you previously but not music, just a little intro, people are introduced to you from your music, which I think is always better. I suggest testing both, like I said, though. Okay, so for this, I've got a clip that I'm going to advertise, or I'm going to, for this example, and I got it from a unlicensed video website. So this is obviously not my band, but let's say this is my band. The clip is going to be loading here. What you're going to want to do, you guys, is write a caption here. So this is going to be, a lot of these people are first time seeing you. So what are you going to want to do? Introduce who you are, your band name, introduce the clip, like this is us jamming together, or this is a clip of our music video, and then maybe a little story behind the song or the actual clip. And it doesn't have to be just a music video. It could be behind the scenes, you guys in the studio, you guys performing live. Just tell a little story here. I'm not going to go into writing anything here, but like I said, introduce who you are, your band name, where you're from, and talk about the clip. People these days, they buy into stories. That's what gets people interested, is the story, okay? More so almost than the music, because it's the first thing that they read, all right, before they decide to give this clip some attention. All right, so I got this clip here. I'm just going to put Jay's Jam Band, okay, in the caption here. But I'm not going to get into writing too much here, but I suggest that you do, okay? Now, all I'm going to do is press post. So right now I'm just posting on my page. You should already be doing this before you're advertising, so when somebody lands on your page, they can actually check out your content, right? They have things to check out rather than not. All right, you guys, so now my post is on my page. This does take some time if you're loading a video. So when you post, don't worry if you don't see the post on your page quite yet. Don't fret. it's taking time to process and to load. Okay, you guys, so now let's pretend that I want to advertise this post. Okay, so what I'm going to do is boost this post here. I'm going to press boost, this blue button. All right, you guys, so right now we're boosting a post, and as you can see, it's similar to when we were setting up the page like campaign. First thing we're going to do is choose our goal. Okay, now we don't have too many options here, and this is why I like setting up campaigns on Ads Manager, because we have way more capability. You know, we have an engagement campaign, which I don't see here, which is interesting. So for this case, what we're going to do is just choose get more video views. We want people to see the video so then they can engage with it, and then we can invite them to like our page. Okay, I'm going to press save. So now we chose our goal. And do we want a button on this page? Well, to be honest, if we have a button, then we're trying to send traffic, and I'm not trying to send traffic in this. Really, what we're trying to do is get people to watch the video and engage with it. So I'm going to put no button. Okay, now it's going to take some time to show a preview. Here's our ad, and you guys, it's the same thing as before. Okay, I'm not going to go into doing the same thing again, but what's the most important part of setting up the campaign, like I explained, is choosing the audience. Okay, so this is the most important part, you guys. This is where you're going to spend most of your time. Like I said before, you come here to press edit, and you start dialing in the age, the locations, and the detailed targeting. This is the most important part of this most important part. This is where you're going to choose the genre. This is where you're going to choose bands that sound similar, who have fan bases that you think would like your music if they got exposed to it. But like I said, I'm not going to do this again. I'm going to press cancel, and you set up the campaign exactly how you did before. Okay, now though, the total budget here is $14. All right, and this is running for 7 days. For this, I think that's fair. $2 a day, that's good. Like I said, for the page view campaigns, don't spend more than $5 a day. Same with the video views campaign, you guys. Don't spend more than $5 a day on this, because all you're really getting is engagement that could lead to people liking your page, who then you could later retarget and try to send them to your streaming platforms or to your website so they can buy your album or something like that. So there's value there, but this doesn't make your money. You'll want to put most of your budget towards the sending traffic part, because that's more expensive, you guys. So you're pretty much going to go through the same motions that we went through when setting up the page like campaign, and when you're done, you're going to press boost post now, and you're going to be getting video views on this post. That's basically it when it comes to advertising from your page, whether you're boosting page posts or you're just boosting your page itself to get more likes. Okay, now they make it super simple, because when you advertise from Ads Manager, things are a little bit more complicated, but don't worry, because I'm going to break all that down for you in later tutorials, you guys. Now, I'm new to this YouTube thing, and so this is my third video, you guys. So if you watch this and if you got any type of value, if you could please subscribe and like, and if you have any questions, please leave a question, and I would love to engage with you. Now, until next time, you guys, I wish you the best of luck with your music. Good luck setting up your campaign to boost your page, and I'll see you next time. Peace.